Yes, I have been involved with the May 9th charity project for the past couple of years, maybe the past 3, 4 years. Of course, the charity project spearheaded and led by Herbert Mensah has gone on for the past 90 years, I think, since 2001 when the disaster happened and when he was the chairman of Kotoko. And and since he has personally taken that kind of responsibility in the absence of state assistance to families of victims of that historic disaster. I actually feel privileged that Herbert Mensah brought some of us along and got us involved in this project. Not because I'm a football fan or I was in the Accra Sports Stadium in 2001 or directly involved with families of the victims of the disaster, but because I think that I have gotten myself involved in something that is worthwhile, you know, helping people that you don't know at all, uh, giving assistance to people that really need help, and not expecting anything back or not expecting any reward or even praise. Yes, I mean, we've we've done a lot of projects and mostly sponsored by Herbert Mensah himself from his personal funds. And along the line, of course, a lot of people and some organizations have seen uh, the the work that the man has been doing and decided to get involved and to support. So the past couple 2, 3 years, yes, we've had a couple of organizations and individuals coming along to support in some of the projects. Like for example, the past few years we've gotten involved with projects that involved paying for surgeries at the Confanoche Teaching Hospital with children who have had to undergo surgeries for ingesting caustic soda, uh, which is a soap manufacturing raw material of some sort. A lot of children in the hospital with poor parents who need surgeries do not have money. But the MENA Foundation has got involved and paid huge amounts, as much as 20,000 Ghana cedis for a single surgery for a single child, And a couple of children have undergone surgeries with the support of the MENA Foundation, sponsored by Herbert. And some of us are happy to have gotten involved to trace to many other places, rural communities like Asankre Goa, some children from Wa, other places that some of us have managed to trace and to get them involved and to give them this help. We've supported a lot of disabled people. The foundation has also supported victims of the June 3rd, 2015 Accra flooding. A lot of families who were left behind after their relatives suffered or died from that flooding have received support, yearly support from the Mainland Foundation. And even the fire victims, the atomic junction gas explosion that happened not too long ago. There are a lot of victims from there that have received support, not just once, but every year since then. We have a database of all these people, and every time we get in touch with them, we get them involved. We have gone beyond. The Mainland Foundation has gone beyond just supporting the victims or the families of the victims of the May 9th Stadium disaster. It's become a charity that supports uh, practically a lot of poor people who have been victims of one disaster or the other. So it's no more just families of the victims of the May 9th stadium disaster, but also uh, victims of fire disasters, gas explosion, flooding, cripples, poor children who need surgery at the hospital, etc., etc. We've got involved with doctors at the Confanoche Teaching Hospital at various points in time. We got involved with families far away that we hear about their situations that need help. And so, for me, at the end of the day, to be involved in this kind of project, where I see this man actively spending his own money just trying to do good. It actually motivates me, encourages me, and I really feel privileged that Herbert Mensah got some of us involved in this project. And wherever I am in the world, every year I'm looking forward and very eager to be in Ghana, to be in Accra or Kumasi with Herbert and the rest of the crew, King Edward and Gabson and Yusuf and Thompson and Prince, the rest, all the crew. There are a lot of guys who are really directly and indirectly involved in this project every year, and I'm really very privileged to part of this family and group of people who are involved in giving out some good to people who really need it. And the good thing about it is that we don't really look for praise or accolades. And the man himself, Herbert Mensah, whose personal resources go into these things, will always tell us that the good thing, the good thing about doing good is that you don't need any reason to do it. Exactly, you don't need any reason. What is important is that you are helping directly the people who need it, and therefore you don't need to be praised or in any corner or quarters, and before you do it, you don't need a reward. You just feel good. So this spirit, some of us have imbibed this spirit, and we really enjoy being part of this process, helping people every year with the Mainline Foundation, and I'm really proud to be associated with it. This year, of course, unfortunately, because of lockdown and because of coronavirus, we are not able to do the usual things we do, like, for example, going on a walk in Kumasi on the streets, going to the mosque to pray with the Muslims and to make donations to poor people in Kumasi, etc., and to make a fanfare on the road and all that, to remember and to never forget what happened in 2001 at Accra Sports Stadium. But of course, the charity is still going on. This year, a lot of donations are going to be done, are being done, of course, already, uh, uh, directly to these people who we identify as people who need support. And a lot of money is given out to these people, a lot of food and other forms of support is given out to all these families and victims, etc. And so I would like to say that, yes, uh, of course, it is good to have individuals like Herbert Mensah and the Mainline Foundation who can spearhead these kinds of things. But it's also important that when individuals take these kinds of initiative, private individuals take these kinds of initiative, it is important to have support from the state sometimes, to give recognition. Even if the people are not looking for recognition, it's important for these kinds of acts to be highlighted, you know, just to encourage other people, private individuals, to come along and to help the poor in the society. So I actually appreciate the opportunity given to me by Herbert to be part of this project, and I'm looking forward all the time and every time to participate in the May 9th anniversary commemoration. And unfortunately, of course, this year we cannot be on the street, but we wish all the families of all the victims and all the people who are involved in May 9th charity project, wish them all well, to be safe and to be free from coronavirus and to keep their distance to help everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you.